Hey, what's going on, Fight Family? Contemplate Boxing. Want to contemplate on the recent news of the possible matchup between Danny Garcia and Mikey Garcia proposed for the month of August. Now, I was thinking about this. I know a lot of other people did their reactions. Want to do an initial reaction to this proposed matchup. I do think that this is an intriguing matchup. Uh, my first thoughts is I don't think this is a great fight. What Mikey Garcia showed us, at least at welterweight against Spence, was not impressive. I didn't think he looked good. Of course, granted, this was against Errol Spence. Errol Spence put on a phenomenal performance, just completely outclassed Mikey Garcia. To me, even in the early rounds, Mikey Garcia looked very slow. He just did not look good. So I do have some concerns about Mikey giving another shot at welterweight against somebody that is a top five at welterweight. It is probably a little bit better since Mikey Garcia did come up from 140. But with that being said, to me personally, I do see Mikey Garcia as one of the bigger punchers, if not the biggest puncher, in the welterweight division. He's extremely heavy-handed. I think he has more potential to actually hurt and damage Mikey Garcia versus Errol Spence. Rather, I think he has more potential to damage Mikey Garcia than Errol Spence did. The other thing is, regarding the style, I don't think Danny Garcia is really going to try to make it a point to outclass Mikey Garcia from a technical standpoint. I think Danny Garcia will try to make a point of actually stopping Mikey Garcia. I think Danny will try to make it a point to actually stop Mikey. So with Danny being as heavy-handed as he is, Danny has great balance, great timing. Mikey also has, some great timing as well. I do think Danny is going to actually go for the stoppage, try to make that statement to reaffirm himself as among the top welterweights or the top welterweight. Try to do something that Errol Spence didn't do. Granted, I don't think Errol Spence went out there to try to actually stop Mikey, but just wanted to outclass him and embarrass him from a technical standpoint. Like I said, I think the matchup is intriguing, but do I think right now that it will present a great fight from a competitive standpoint? It's hard for me to really say that. I don't see it right now. Again, this is just my initial reaction. Maybe my opinion will change. If so, I'll speak on it again. But like I said, it's an intriguing matchup. Mexico versus Puerto Rico. That always is a great rivalry historically. There's been some very intriguing matchups for that in the past. So I do think this will be a fight that does very well. If it is pay-per-view, I think it'll definitely generate numbers. With it being as intriguing as it is, seeing how Mikey Garcia does with his second bout at welterweight, I am interested in seeing that, to see how he performs the second time around. I do think he'll definitely have to up his game for his second fight at welterweight, because if he loses back-to-back fights at welterweight, I think it'll be a little bit harder for him to come back from that, especially the nature of the loss that he has potential to take at the hands of Danny Garcia. Me personally, I don't really see Mikey Garcia beating anybody in the top five at welterweight. Didn't imagine him defeating Errol Spence. Don't see him beating Keith Thurman. Don't really see him beating Danny Garcia rather. I really don't see him defeating Sean Porter or somebody like Yordenis Ugas. But that's just my opinion. I can always be wrong. Curious to see, what other individuals think. And I'm really curious to see, how this matchup builds up and how it turns out if it actually does happen in the future. This is Contemplate Boxing. Hope y'all enjoy all the fights that are coming up, all the fights that have passed. Y'all take it easy in the meantime. Peace.